Hey kids, this activity, fraction squares. You're going to have a grid, and when you go across the grid, you are increasing your fractions by 1/10. And when you go up the grid, you are increasing your fractions by 1/5. Okay? So what you need to do is fill in the empty spots of the grid following that pattern. So you probably know right away 1/5 and 1/10. Fifths and tenths are pretty closely related, right? It's pretty easy to get to tenths when you're with fifths because it's just doubling it basically. But here's the key that I want to make sure you guys all see. You're going to record all fractions in simplest form. So for example, right here I have 7/10, right? So if I go up one more space over and I add a tenth to 7/10, what fraction would go here? If you say 8/10, you are wrong. Do you know why? Simplest form, right? 7/10 plus 1/10 is 8/10, but that's not what we're going to write. What is the simplest form of 8/10? Well, if you divide both your numerator and denominator by 2, 8/10 would become 4. Oh, it's going to be a tight squeeze. 5ths. You'll do a better job with your pencils. Okay? Coming back. So if we're at 7/10 and we take away a tenth, what fraction would go here? 7/10 take away a tenth because we're going back down the grid. That would be what? If you say 6/10, that's not right. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not simplest form. 6/10, again, if you cut both in half, you would be at 3/5. And that looks right because if this is 4/5 and we went down a fifth, right? That'd be 3/5. If you're at 4/5 and you go up, you add 1/5 to 4/5. What are you at? You'd be at 1 whole, right? 4/5 plus 1/5 is 5/5. 5/5 is the same thing as 1 whole. So that is how this is going to work on each page, and you'll see each one's a little bit different. This one's going to deal with thirds, 1/3 and 2/3. This one is going to be 1/2 and a 1/4. You'll have an 1/8 and a 1/4. You'll have a 1/12 and a 1/6. A 1/3 and 5/6. So that that's how these are going to work. Remember, all fractions, write them in simplest form. Take your time. Do a good job.